So I'm going to start by saying that I am not overly familiar with Geometer Sketchpad. I do use GeoGebra a little bit more, but I'm not actually great at either one, and I'm sure there are many more things that you can do in this program than I know. With that said, for this first one, the center of dilation, I followed Sherry and Jeff's example and really thought about it analytically. I thought about each point. So I started by drawing lines from the center to each vertex, and then I measured. You can see the distances over here. I measured the distance from each vertex to the center, and then I decided to do a simple scale factor of 2, and so I doubled those distances, and so this distance from the center to F became the center all the way to L right here. And so in the end, I created this lovely pink polygon that is twice the size of the blue. So that's an analytic approach because it's using it by parts. It's going through each part. However, holistically, I love the idea of taking this polygon and being able to just enlarge it. The only way I know how to do that is using the dilation transform button. So I'm wondering if there may be another way on here to freeze the angles and freeze the sides and just move it around and play without actually using the dilation button. I imagine that there is. I just don't personally know how to do it, but that's how I would envision doing it holistically. For the second part, I had a little bit easier time thinking holistically for this one. For this one, because it's rotation, I immediately thought about circles, and so I drew 4 concentric circles where the center of each was in the middle, and it went out to the vertex, was a point on the outer part of the circle. And I color-coded these so that you could see kind of the connections, but before I talk about those, the holistic part would be the ability to take this polygon and be able to move it anywhere around the circle, and you can do any degree of rotation. And so that's moving it as a whole. But I wasn't thinking about that when I drew the circle. I instead connected the vertex to the center with a line, and it went through the same circle on the other side. So I marked that point, and I did that for each circle. And so I thought about moving this blue point over to here, which actually I was thinking it would go around the circle, but I used the line to move it. And the same thing with the orange point all the way around. And then the same thing with the red point. And each point is on its specific circle. And so that created a 180-degree rotation. But I did it using each of these points as opposed to thinking about the polygon as a whole. So I did find this one a little easier than the center of dilation in terms of holistic and analytic thinking. So I look forward to hearing what you guys think about each one.